Okay, so yeah, just to let folks know who are looking at the recording that this is for the course there in Eastern West Virginia Community College. So we're just kind of getting ourselves oriented. So I want to make sure you guys know how to get a hold of me. We'll be doing these sessions weekly this time. 1 o'clock on Tuesdays for the next 6 weeks, inclusive of today. I also want to invite you guys all to participate. I don't know, were any of you on the Solar Noon Tuesday session that we just finished up just before this got started? I may not have had you on the invite list yet, but I will. Every Tuesday at noon, we hold a Zoom call that basically goes out to the universe, and often have people from all over the world participating in it, but they're former students, people who are interested in solar. And we just talk about what's happening this week in solar, what are some of the events coming up, and then we focus in on one particular item that is of interest, or interest to me anyway, and then we talk about it for a short bit. So it usually lasts 45 minutes or so, maybe as much as an hour. Today we talked about bidirectional charging. Will we be able to use our electric vehicles as the battery backup for the home or the business, and even the whole grid eventually? And how close are we to that? And fortunately, we had a former student, Tony Frazone, who's running a charging company. They're doing charging stations. So it was nice for his insights because he's sort of really enmeshed into the whole thing. So that's the kind of thing that we talk about during these sessions, and just wanted to invite you guys to participate. It's not part of the class, but clearly you've got an interest in solar. So let's go ahead and try and foster that as we move forward. Now, as far as this class, you guys all should have received links to set up your passwords and get into the system. Has anyone had a problem or not been able to get that, or haven't received that link or that email? Anybody here? Brian?
I think I have. Actually, I got an email yesterday saying that classes were canceled, but that was because it was in Moorfield. And then I got your email and noticed it about an hour and a half ago, and I was trying to sort that out, but haven't had time to get it all in place.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so disconnected from the campus there. This is all very remote, so classes aren't really canceled one way or the other, except when we get face to face. So my assumption is we'll move forward each week. But it's not, if you can't make it for any reason to these sessions, we do record them, and then I'll send out a link to that video, so that if you're working during this 1 to 2 p.m. period, or you've got another class or some sort of conflict, any kind of conflict, that's fine. This is really kind of here for your convenience. As you're working through the program, if you run into something that is confusing, or you just have questions in general, we just wanted to touch base each week to make sure everybody is on board. Yeah, I just see from Ted, he's not going to have video with his because no bandwidth. But yeah, as far as video, well, you can still get the audio. How is that going to work? Ted, is it just video? You can't participate on video here on Zoom, or is it that you can't look at YouTube videos at all? Can you respond there, Ted? I don't know if you're trying. You're on mute. I can receive, yeah, just not televising. Okay, so yeah, all of these will be linked on YouTube. So if you can look at a YouTube video, you can see these recorded sessions for sure. And yeah, if you can't get, well, the online program, of course, takes a certain amount of bandwidth as well. You can access the online program through your computer using any browser. You can use your phone. There have been some issues with the audio if you try and use an iPhone. an Android doesn't seem to have the same issues. And also, I think it's Chrome, the browser Chrome, causes some problems, but only sometimes. That's one of the frustrating things. What the problem will be is as you move from slide to slide, the audio should just play automatically. And the problem is that on those browsers, you've got to actually hit the little play button to get the audio. There's a button up in the upper left-hand corner. It can be annoying, but it's not the end of the world. But every other browser, if you use Edge, that one works well. I use Mozilla Firefox or is it Firefox? Anyway, that one works fine. Yeah, it says Firefox was working great. Good. So yeah, if you're having trouble, it's probably because you're using Chrome and or an iPhone. So work through those. The process of the way that you link into the online, once you've set your password and your account, each time you go in, you've got to log in, so that it recognizes you. And then on the page, you should be able to see. Let me see if I can screen share that. Let me make sure let's see, are you guys seeing my
Yeah, your homepage.
Yep.
or the desktop, you mean?
Yeah,
Like-
desktop. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So this is yeah, the website you want to get into is solar PV training. I'm surprised that didn't.
I recommend everybody just put it on your taskbar. That's what I did.
solarpvtraining.com. And this is what you should see. This web page will come up, and under online courses, you just come in here and notice this is showing some online courses here.
You're
There's
still
building.
seeing your desktop.
Oh, you're still seeing just the
You have
desktop.
to change the screen you're sharing, probably.
All right, let me try that again. There we are. Okay. Now are
There
you
you go.
seeing solar PV training? All right, good. Okay, so you come in here into online courses, and these tiles should show up. My first recommendation is you come down here to the navigating our courses and just go through that little short course. If you click here, it will walk you in, and it's really just very short. It teaches you how to use the courses. So it talks about the registering and login process. And you'll see here as I click forward, this introductory course doesn't. You can hopefully hear the narration. So anyway, that will take you in there. But walk through that course first. Then the other thing you'll see is up here under these, at least these first two, solar generator and the residential solar design and installation. Instead of showing it as a cost there, it will here, well, after I log in, this will show you, oh, that's weird. Error. Yeah, it's just not the normal way it comes up. I'm not even sure. Let me try this again. It's not gonna, I don't remember my password. I'm not gonna show it to you.
That's like me.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's just not doing it the normal way here. I wonder if it's because I'm sharing. All right, that's not gonna. Anyway, what you should see
Yeah, I have it
is,
pulled up.
tell you what, if I stop share, now I wonder what will happen when I try and log in.
I can share if you want me to. I got it pulled up.
Yeah, okay, that'd be good.
I think you'll have to give me the
I'll give you the approval tier to use it.
Yeah, right here.
Right
Sure.
where? Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, so you'll see that in these courses here, you're enrolled. It'll just show up as enrolled. And then if you click on the tile, go up to this residential solar design and install. Click either on the picture or down where it says continue study. You just click there. Now it's taking you into the course. If you scroll down, you're going to see all the different chapters. So if you hit expand there on chapter 1, and now it's got all the different subsections within the various chapters. And then you can go down here to like the chapter 1 review quiz. Why don't you click on that? After you've gone through all the different sections, it will now bring you in here to start the quiz. So just hit start quiz. And I just want to show you, for instance, okay, it says converting the energy of the sun from light to electricity is known as, and you just click on photovoltaics. And then down in the right-hand corner where it says there's a little button, the images might, where it says check.
Yeah, I had to move them, you guys over.
Yeah. And now what it does here is it will tell you, okay, that's correct. And it will give a little bit of information, but it tells you on which page of the book this is referenced. So if you jump to the next one, let's just do a couple, because I also have some that take you into a deeper dive video.
Okay.
So point at the cost, this is going to be grid parity, where solar energy is the same price. So click there. And if you scroll down, yep, of course, we're going to probably not have any that have videos in them yet. But anyway, you just go through that. When you get to the end, it's going to bring up all of the, you got X percentage. Now, I don't think it lets you mark this chapter complete until you get an 80% on the quiz. So you can move on, you can go to the next chapter, but it won't show up that you completed this particular chapter. And you can take these quizzes as many times as you want. I wanted to also have you, jump into one of the, why don't we say going to connecting to the grid, just jump into that section there.
Sure.
Okay.
So if we get an answer wrong, can we figure out what the right answer is?
Yeah, it'll
Will it-
tell you. It'll tell you when you get it wrong, and if it's a math question or anything, it's going to give you the how you got there. So there are some of those. All right, so jump down on this one here, connecting to the grid, and let's scan through a couple of those slides. I want to get to a one that's got a the first one
that are installed today.
See that up there? That's where you can
Most
pause. Go
solar-
ahead and pause the audio. That's where you can click on the audio to play it if you're having problems. But then on some of these, this deeper dive up in the right-hand corner, let's say that you're going through this slide and you just think, oh, that's interesting. I'd like to know a little bit more about that particular topic. I've linked in some videos that go deeper into that just jump into YouTube and give you a different perspective on it, maybe a little more in depth. It's not part of the course itself. It's not part of the 47 hours or 46 hours of material here, but it's good. If you want to jump off onto something like we get into something that talks about resistance. Well, if you don't know what resistance is or even what it means, there's probably a deeper dive video that's going to jump you in there to give you a little more in depth. So just depends on, how deeply you want to go into it. My hope is with the next iteration of this online course, we're in the process of, I just finished a rewrite of the textbook over the Christmas holidays where some people have fun. And I spent the month of December rewriting a textbook, which shows you how interesting my life is. But anyway.
I had COVID.
Oh, you had COVID. Well, I think I'd rather rewrite a textbook. So, anyway, but with this online version, what I'm going to do is we found a way that we can incorporate artificial intelligence into it. so that on each slide, I'm hoping that there'll be a place where you can either just speak into it or type into it and say, what do you mean by this? Or what do you mean by that? So that it could be a tutorial kind of thing, you know, on how interactive you want to be. I know a lot of college students, their whole purpose is, I just want to get through this class and get a grade or whatever. Well, you know, I'm hoping that you'll actually want to explore and go in multiple directions and see how this works. So that's anybody have any questions on the online portion here? We'll on the sheet that I just gave you guys or sent to you, which you should have received. If you didn't receive it, then check your spam. Of course, if you didn't receive it, you're not on the call because that gave you the link on how to get into the call. It has week by week which chapters where you should be in studying. So that's kind of giving you motivation, hopefully, that by Tuesday you'll have gotten through this chapter or that chapter by the end of the thing. All right. So anybody want to see anything else on the online thing before I have Isaiah go ahead and get out of share?
I do have a question for you on here.
Sure.
So it's with the printing out your certificates at the end.
Yeah.
When I completed the introductory portion, I couldn't find any place where I could actually print that out.
Okay, well, it should at the very end, if you've checked off each of the items as being completed, you know, you see like the green check there where it says connecting to the grid on the side screen. Scroll back up. Oh,
Like
okay,
right here?
no. Yeah, click into the course again. Go up into the residential. Or
Oh,
which
right.
one were you? Oh, you're the
Right here, right
navigating?
here.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, go into there. All right. Now scroll down. And okay, keep going. Yeah, those are now expand out these areas here. Yeah, that's good. See the green check marks, that's indicating that you did them all. Yeah, okay. Keep going. Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, go into let's go into links to online resources, just like we're finishing up the class.
Okay.
All right, and just advance through that. Go ahead and just click forward. Keep going forward.
Topics with
I think that's all I got right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, oh, it only takes you back, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe for this one, I might have turned off certificates because there's really no joy in doing, you know, completing the navigation
It's
thing.
like a participation trophy. Yeah.
Yeah. But what should happen at the end of this is as soon as you finish the last one, right up above that screen is going to appear, you know, print certificate and it'll generate a PDF, and that certificate you can print it out, you can just store it, whatever. And it will put a date on there of when you finished. So yeah, I don't have anything here in the navigating because
That makes sense.
yeah, it's only a 5-minute course or something or 10-minute thing. So
Yeah.
now I should point out too, yeah, let's go ahead and close out of that and let me show you another resource that's here. Just close your share
Okay.
screen.
Yep.
All right. Let me, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I mentioned the Solar Noon Tuesday. And so there is, in addition to the resources here that are available, and I did turn on for everybody the solar generator. So if you want to learn how to make yourself a solar generator or whatever, you can do that class as well. That's a nice little thing. But here under online courses, you see this tab here that says Solar Noon Tuesday. And Solar Noon Tuesday, if you click here, this is a link to all of the Solar Noon Tuesday videos that we've done over the last year and a half or so. So if you scroll down through there and there's something here that interests you, you can jump in. For instance, you know, why the hydrogen economy will never be a reality. And it'll jump you in here. And really, this will probably give me a sense of, oh, I currently don't have access. I got to log in again. Yeah, you've got to be logged in to get it. So, and yeah, for some reason, my thing's not logging in. Anyway, so you should be able to just look at that. It's a video. It's a YouTube video, and then you can print out a certificate. But after you get your certification, there is a requirement that you have 6 hours a year of ongoing continuing education. These do count. Each one of these is a half hour. So if you watch 12 of them or whatever, that would get you through the year. But if you're taking any courses there that are technical in nature, like Isaiah's Wind course, for example, or an electronics course or an electrical course or something like that at the school, that would count as well. So all you need to do is just have some sort of proof of completion. And then when it's time to renew at the end of 4 years, you just have to submit that you've had 24 hours over those 4 years to of technical education. And that's 24 contact hours, not like credit hours. So, probably just one course there at the college would meet that requirement. Now, if you go through these courses, like our course and these certificates get automatically uploaded to ETA as soon as you finish them. So you don't even have to print it out and submit it. It just gets sent up to ETA. So if you're certified, they'll have a record of you going through that. Another thing, when I've got the page here, is Quizlet is available when it comes time to help you study for the certification exam. And all of the end of the chapter questions are here in Quizlet. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Quizlet, if you use it in other classes or whatever, but it's kind of a handy little way of studying. They've got the flashcard mode here where we can, click to flip it, just go through and answer like that. Or they've also got, let's see, what are some of the other ones? Match, ready to play, start the game. Yeah, so you can, which of the following is not a technical concern? These are a little bit tough because, these are pretty random. They're not really designed for that. But anyway, Quizlet's just another way of studying for the process, and they do have a test mode, which is very similar to the end of the chapter quizzes. So the NEC is published every 3 years by, and then you say the National Fire Protection Association, and so on and so forth. So anyway, those are some of the resources that are available to you. I did apparently make a mistake when I sent out the original note, where if you really read through it, it did indicate that the exam was going to be given in Oberlin, Ohio, not at Eastern West Virginia Community College. That was a mistake. I just copied and used the same template from a different class, and so the test and the hands-on will be right there at Eastern West Virginia Community College. So everything will be right there locally. So I don't want you to feel like you got to drive to Northern Ohio to take a test. That would be relatively inconvenient. So any other questions about the process? Yeah, Brian?
So I think I read there that you'd send us a paper copy.
Yes.
I'm kind of dating myself, aren't I?
No, that's good. I mean, I like having a paper copy of the textbook as well. Now, you should have been able to download, well, there's a link to download an electronic copy of the textbook. So you have that right now. But some of you guys, like you, Brian, I just got your name today. So I didn't know. That's why you got the notice from me today. Some of you I had before. Anybody up to... let's see, I've got 3 people from Pennsylvania who are on the call right now. Joshua Bose. Yeah, Josh, you should have your textbook. Is that right, Josh? You're still muted if you're there. Yes. Okay. So you're responding there. Josh and Isaiah, you had a textbook, right?
I have 2. I have this one. It's not
Yeah.
that code, of course, but that one, and I also have the designing and installing systems.
Yeah. Well,
Megan gave me both of them.
yeah. Well, the blue one, the Understanding Photovoltaics, is the one
That's
we're
the main
using
one.
for this
Yeah.
class. And then Ted, you should you may not have received yours yet, but it's been mailed. Oh, in fact, I'm sure you haven't received it because I put it in the mailbox on Monday, and so it's just going out today. So
Can you hear me right now?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, yours is on the way, but I have Dakota. Jorge, I think, was signed up before, so I think he has one. There's another Joshua, Supak, and then Mason, Brian. I just got you today, so I'll mail those out. They'll be coming through the post office, so it'll probably be 3 or 4 or 5 days, depending. Or since it is the U.S. Post Office, maybe next August they'll arrive. So
3, 4,
we'll
5
see.
weeks.
Yeah. And they'll come and they'll be all mangled and, driven over and whatever. So hopefully we'll get that. And then Dustin Smith. And then if Caleb Schaefer, I think somebody mentioned, hopefully he'll be able to get on board. So anyway, we'll send those out right away. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Some of you guys, I don't have, I can get your mailing address from the college, or you guys can email me directly if you've got a better mailing address or someplace you'd rather the book go. Just drop me an email. That'd probably be good too. If you could send me your email and your phone number, that way on the day of the event, if there's a problem or we need to get in touch with you, I can do that. A lot of you guys who are below the age of 30 don't seem to know how to use email, but only seem to be able to use phones and text. That's let me just point out, that's very annoying to those of us with gray hair. All right. So so you guys you need to conform with us. We don't need to conform with you. We're beyond that. Okay. And let's see, what else? Oh, my phone number. Let me give you that. So if you need to get a hold of me throughout the week, it's on the sheet that I sent you, but my cell number is 740-252-6038. So if you guys will get in touch with me that way, that would be good. If you, and really, I want to encourage you either by email or by phone. Sometimes phone is not as easy for me than email. I'm kind of the opposite of you guys. And I know folks Mason's age will never be able to understand this, but there are times I set my phone down and I don't know where it is for like 3 days. So, and that's a blessing. Let me just tell you, it's a blessing not to know where your phone is. So, but my emails, I'm always, at least that's something I can always get to. If you do send me a text, be sure to tell me who you are. That's always very annoying when somebody says, yeah, could you respond to that thing we talked about? And I have no idea what that thing is or who that person is. And so I usually just text back and say no, because, if you're not going to tell me what you want, I'm not going to tell you that I can help you. And let's see. Oh, yeah, the day of the event, we'll touch base a lot on that. There are 3 parts of the certification that you're going through, and at the end of this class, you should be certified to install solar. Now, if you want to do that as a career, that's great. We can put you in touch with people, and there are people begging for folks to come out and work for them. But the 3 parts that are required, there's the 40 hours of training, which this online course fulfills. Then there's the hands-on tasks, which we will do on the first day we get together, which is, I think, February 28th. And then there is the certification exam. And the certification exam is a multiple choice, 75 questions, and you need to get 75% in order to pass that exam. The cost of the certification exam is built into this course, so there's no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you do have the right to retake it. So let's say you didn't pass the first time, you get one free retake, to try a second time. If you don't pass the second time, you can take it a third time, but you got to pay the $155. That's part of that's what the certification costs. And that's what Eastern West Virginia is absorbing into the cost of this training. So you're getting that there. Caleb, I see you've joined us. If you could send me an email with your contact information, that'd be great. And my email address is JAY at bluerockstation.com. So it's all one word, but it's 3 words, Blue Rock Station. And that's the name of our Sustainable Living Center. If you're interested in that, go to bluerockstation.com and you'll see the earthship that we live in and all of the different straw bale houses that we built and things like that. Let's see, I may have touched on most things. Anybody have a specific question here at this point? All right. Hearing none, I won't keep you. What I will hopefully you'll do is look at that note that I sent and get yourself up to speed. And we'll get together at 1 o'clock next Tuesday. In the meantime, if you have questions throughout the week, you can send me an email or call me. You don't have to wait until Tuesday. There was a question there that just popped up. Is the certification similar, the question similar to the end of the chapter? The answer is yes, very, very similar. The only difference is I try and be tricky with my questions and ETA does not. So many of them, I would say my questions are harder than the exam, I think. You won't know that in the first couple because the first couple of chapters are, dead simple. They're all background information stuff. But as we go further, I try and make you think. I try and make you miss the question actually, because I figure you'll remember it better if you did miss it. One thing that I do like to do is give you a lot of information you don't need. So if it's saying, okay, you're going to size a standalone inverter, and I'll give you 20 different parameters that exist on the site and say, what's the minimum size required of this inverter? Well, you have to know which parameters are relevant and which ones aren't. That's kind of, so, instead of just having, here's 3 things and you just add or subtract or multiply them until you get an answer that matches something, that doesn't work. The other thing I like to do is in that situation, I try and make sure every answer when we're in the math portions match some answer you would get if you do it wrong, the same way as it matches if you get it right. It's like if you forget to do a temperature adjustment, you'll get the answer that you get if you don't do the temperature adjustment. It'll be there. So the answers aren't all just made up random nonsense. They follow. If your thought process isn't right, you're going to have a wrong answer. I just think you learn better that way. That's all. So yeah, these quizzes at the end of the chapter are not designed. They're not part of a grade or anything like that. They're just designed to help you learn. That's really to retain the information. All right. Any other questions before we call it a day here? Nope. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys all next Tuesday. And in the meantime, if you have any issues getting into the system, just let me know. We'll try and get that all worked out. All right. And Caleb, hopefully you'll get all registered and you'll be on board here.
Yeah, they said that they're processing my information. It should be done tomorrow. So
Okay, great. All right, and we are going to have another class in about a month or so after this one ends. So let's say you begin to go through this process and for some reason, some personal emergency comes up or something, there probably is the mechanism of pushing your registration into the next cycle if that has to happen. I'm not encouraging you to do that. I'm just saying that there's a backup plan, you know, in case all of a sudden you are sent away to Dubai as part of your work, or you know, you just get slammed with something, or you get sick with COVID and you just say, I can't deal with this, or whatever. We can push you back a month and get you right back on track. All right. Talk to you guys all next Tuesday. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jay.